One of the best times to present is after the CXOs talk through about learning, training, right? It becomes easier for me to just build on that because most of my slides are already covered when Sunil was talking through. So it becomes that much easier. So this is a topic that I'm talking about as to, are we really burning billions of dollars every year in training? Right? There's a reason why I put in a question mark because that's something that I have seen. We put in so much of effort, energy in training people, and what happens next, right? So keeping that is what I'm going to just start off. Yes, we all provide training because we need to generate reports, because reports is what will help us get the next year's budgets. Everything starts from there. But we also have to see as to how our training programs is focusing on the impact it's able to create on the job, the kind of analytics or insights that it's able to generate, not just the data, right? And most importantly, what is that change that we're able to bring in to the business? Because we provide training, we engage people, but what is the ground level change that we are able to bring in? That's what is important and critical. And most of our training is like this, that if I'm learning cycling for the first time, I'm just maybe provided 30, 45 minutes training, cycling session, right? Because most of our training is happening like that. And next day I'm supposed to be cycling with no issues. Means, are we able to relate to this? Because we train people and we tell them, okay, do the job. Right? It may not happen, it will never work. Because we need people to be literally skilled, because that's what the business demand is. And then what is important, right? The focus should be on delivering impactful training and also helping teams perform continuously. Because this continuous learning journey, which even Sunil talked about in the opening remark, right? And it has to be literally on the flow of work, because wherever the learner is, it should be available to them right there. Okay, that's what is important and critical. And considering the dynamic nature, you people know your industry better than me, because I'm still seeing it as an outsider. Okay, people had to be literally updated and everything on a continuous basis, because it cannot be just that I give one training and then they will be able to drive, because there could be new products, new SOPs, it could be compliance aspects. We need to be literally driving that on a continuous basis, which is important and critical. So continuous training becomes very important. And also most of the times, right, we provide training and this what happens, right? Because people are unable to recall. That's because we all have natural forgetting curves, right? We learn things, we forget, because naturally we tend to forget. But how do we help learners remember? Because they need to remember the training, they need to apply it on the job, and they need to ensure that they are able to generate the required outcomes, right? So for that to happen, definitely yes, we need to see, is our training which is able to create the right impact, and also how do we maximize the spend that we have on the learning. And so for that, I think this is something that even Sunil covered very, very well, continuous learning, right? We should be enabling our learners on a continuous basis. It should not be that I provide training, I will not even look into that, right? And that's something which is a proven model globally, because organizations have reaped benefits, not only just retail, I'm talking about training as an industry, right? We need to help people remember things on a continuous basis, okay? And always, I think last year also, I always quote a classic Titanic example, right? The moment I utter the word Titanic, all of us remember various aspects of the movie. But even a movie like Titanic needs something for us to recall, and I can help you recall the entire movie in just 4 scenes. That the movie starts with a big ship, 2 lead actors get introduced, those 2 actors standing on the ship, and then sinking of the ship. Maybe if I give you 3-4 minutes, start stitching the movie at the macro level. Right? And that's something which is also required as part of our training, because as to how do we help learners on a continuous basis, okay? And that's where, how do you create continuous learning journey? Because what is important is, yes, align, ensure that whatever the systems that you have, your LMS, LXP, whatever the platform that you have, you should know in and out as to how do you maximize that. Or bring in a system which helps you to make that happen. Or it could be means promoting on a daily or on a regular interval basis, which becomes important. And everything has to be mobile first, because nothing without mobile will work in the retail space and or today in any world, because we are all in hybrid world. And it has to be micro-learning, because everything has to be short, and as much as possible we need to create programs which is engaging for learners, not just videos. Yes, videos work really well, but is there something that we can help learners to engage, and drive training becomes important and critical, and collaboration, sharing knowledge, peer feedback, I think the system should be able to allow. So that's how we have to do and also remediate, right? Considering the learner profile of learners, it's not that every learner I just teach and they will be able to learn. So if I'm in a small micro-learning module, if I make a mistake, the system should be able to correct me right there. Right? That's something that we should be able to do. And then definitely, not only my immediate need, it could be what I should do in the future, because that becomes important, and what in the long term, because that's how we strategize our trainings. We have to ensure that we curate. There's a lot of data which is really good on the web. It's not only just we have to create everything ourselves. If we are able to curate the right data, provide it in the right format, learners will embrace that very well. And it has to ensure that we are able to space the learning in a very, very efficient manner, and so that we are able to drive on a continuous basis, and eventually it has to be with minimal disruption, because I can't take my retail folks off from the shop floor and train on a continuous basis for a longer duration, so it becomes very difficult. So if we have to just talk about space learning and memory booster, because it's something that we have seen really working well globally with a lot of our customers who have implemented this, where we can help provide same learning or something which continues to add at regular intervals. Or we provide a training today, we give them small reinforcement after a particular time, because that we call it as memory boosters. Right? It could be a reinforcement in whichever format that you think. It could be a small video, maybe other micro-learning, it could be a PDF, it could be just a poster. Okay, something which helps me to recall my training becomes important and critical. And how do we do that? And one of the methods is definitely micro-learning, right? And there are several such methods, because considering the time constraints, so I'm going to briefly touch upon micro-learning. This is one of the courses, right? Using product like Credo, which is our own platform. Anybody can create something like this in minutes, because some of our customers literally create, there are even a couple of customers who literally thousands of courses literally in a year. So you can create really engaging content, embed videos, assessments seamlessly, and this could be another example to just show, because it has 50 plus templates, becomes that much easier to create, adopt, and make the training work. And these are some of just the screenshots which are created within the platform. And Credo is the most awarded platform today. It's considered to be the top 20 globally, the only platform from Asia to be there in the top 20. We are proud of about that. And plus we have even worked with customers. Now customers have one brand and all using the platform. And what is this? It's built for all employees. It definitely delivers training at any scale, anytime, anywhere, complete hybrid, automates onboarding, because today onboarding is a very consuming work, right? Because attritions of 45% or 50%, right? We are talking about and training people every month. So it really helps you you can really create really fun and engaging content using that. And analytics is something which helps you to take and make future planning. And Credo as a platform, definitely yes, anybody can visualize and create courses. Importantly, you will be able to train people in any language. In seconds, you can translate courses within the system into any language of your choice. Okay. And then platform will be available in multi-languages, so you literally provide them irrespective of where they are. You'll be able to engage the people with the training required. And definitely we did talk about gamification, which is there, remediation, which is important, where we need to help learners remember, retain, and provide, and driving continuous learning with memory boosters, because this is something that as a platform it does provide. And what happens if at all you have an LMS? Okay, you may start thinking, I have an LMS, what am I supposed to do? I can't just go and replace. So that's the reason we introduced a product called Prodient, which is an authoring tool, okay, where again anybody can create beautiful courses using that. It has what, 60 plus templates, interactive content, fully responsive. Again, you can translate courses in seconds into any language required, and publish it to a LMS or LXP. So this is just, just a few weeks since we launched, and it's all available right here. And then this is a product out of Prodient. Right? This is in English, and the same thing is in Hindi. So it can be on any language. So this is something that we thought we'll just cover briefly today. And so then I have privilege of two of our customers coming in and talking about their experience of sharing training and how it has, Credo has helped. Maybe I request Mr. B.S. Nagesh to come on stage and share some of his insights. I think he don't require any introduction. We have a round of applause to Mr. Nagesh. So thank you. Yeah, please. Switch it on.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I know I have 5 minutes here, and this is the first time I'm coming on stage to endorse the product. So I'm a little nervous about this modeling exercise. But it is so genuine that I couldn't actually stop from accepting what Suresh said. And this also is the power of MMR. And the reason I'm saying is last year in MMR, I was here. And I was talking to everybody, and somebody introduced me to this gentleman. And you know that we run a trust called TRRAIN, Trust for Retailers and Retail Associates of India, with the basic objective of skilling women and persons with disability and get them jobs in retail. Over the last 11 years that I started, we have skilled close to 30,000 plus such persons with disability and women, and actually they are working in many of your organizations. So the challenge was, how do we bring in a system which can help us do this scale up across the country? We have about 52 centers. As we go, we will likely have about 100 centers. As of today, we've already used Credo for 2,500 people to be trained on it. As I'm talking to you, the 875 people are already on the platform undergoing training. Why did we pick it up? One is because it was very easy to implement. We are a very small organization. We have a one-man HR, one-man data. Everything is one man, one woman only. So we don't have big teams. So how could we implement a program like this? And that too for such people who are across the country in remote areas, people who are 8th pass, 10th pass, 12th pass, coming from families where learning on a mobile or learning on a tablet itself is a huge luxury. So I think these were the challenges, and we wanted things to be very easy, accessible. We wanted to see if we can continuously give them quiz during the 45 days, assess them between, help them get a job. I think this was a simple requirement that we had. And I'm so happy that actually Credo fulfilled that. And of course, now we are moving to the next level because we will be doing a lot of program online and we'll be using Credo for that. The other thing which quite impressed me, and I'm not saying this because he's here or he's invited me, is that in my career I have worked with a lot of tech companies and a lot of service providers. Almost every time when we sign an agreement, it says a TAT of 24, 48, 72 hours. But I must vouch for this. Last 1 year that we have worked, we started implementing from December. We put it together in March, and this financially we already operated. We've never had a TAT of more than 24 hours. Everything that we asked for. Okay, now whether he does it because his heart also ticks because he knows, and he tells me this is the first time they are provided this to a not-for-profit and for this kind of a service. So thank you, Suresh, for this support. And I really urge each one of you to look at the product and use it in the way that you can use it. We have used it. I must share that I haven't told him because I'm going to renegotiate my price. Uh, we have now set up a dream that in the next 10 years, we will skill and create livelihood for 1 million such people between the persons with disability and this. Now, our skilling of 1 million is not going to be enough because if we skill, we have to make them come into your organizations to join. So you'll have to ensure that you grow as fast and provide jobs for these young people. But that's our dream, and we hope Suresh and Tesseract will join us in a dream to take us to that milestone 10 years down the line. At that time, I'll be 75 years of age. Hope MMR calls me here to tell the team we have done 1 million. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, all the very best, sir. I think we'll definitely be part of the journey. Would love to be. It'll be an honor for us, right? It's not just for as a customer, right? It's for a reason we associated with you, right? I think that's what. So, a big round of applause for what they are doing. So now I have one of our customers from. So it's Lenskart. I think Lenskart has been our initial customer. I think they just won Brandon Hall Award. If somebody don't know, it's like the Oscars for e-learning. Right? I think maybe I'll invite Sumit to come on stage and talk about his experience of what they are doing, because Lenskart you all know and need not give an introduction. Sumit, all yours. I think go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Is it working? Mic.
Yeah.
I myself feel like a learner right now, to be very true, in mid of all the veterans out here. So I am into my learning mode right now, trying to understand what better we can do. But talking about Lenskart, I think as a brand, you know what we do. Talking about Lenskart Academy, why we started this, the problem statement for us was the way we were growing, adding around 50 stores every month. And last year we added around 500 stores. So today we are standing at 1,500 outlets across India. So the challenge was, how do we ensure the customer experience across all the touch points to be consistent, the same way everywhere. And the immediate solution, like it could not have been like maybe stealing or borrowing talent from the market, because readily available talent is not available in the market right now, the kind of bandwidth we are looking at. So the solution was, why don't we create an in-house factory of talent where we bring in people, identify the right talent, invest in them, and make them ready for the customer experience. So this is how Lenskart Academy started. Right now we have Academy, we have a hybrid model. So it's like, since a lot of our training is application based, optometrist and retail staffs. So it's a model which we have taken. It's like, it's a classroom training which happens around 30 days in Gurgaon. We have an academy in Gurgaon, which is around 25,000 square feet, where a learner from across India comes, they stay, they do have a 30 days of training, and then we send back to the stores. And plus continuous learning, which is again very important, which Suresh mentioned in his slide, that you can't do anything without continuous learning. So this is where digital learning plays a very important role for us. Apart from the refreshers which happens at the store, digital learning, mobile learning is through which we ensure that all our policy, new product, new refreshers are always relevant and available to our staff. And this is where Credo has helped us a lot. I still remember, Suresh, the first time we had an interaction, that was around 2 years back, right? And it was a minimum license of 300 license. We said that we want to start with 300 and we want to see if the experience is good, and then we would scale up. Today, I'll be happily mentioning that we have 10,000 licensed Credo users across Lenskart, and our engagement percentage is more than around 90%. So just to give an understanding, each time we make a module or a course live on Credo, the LMS platform, within 5 to 6 days, 90% of our population completes that course. So this tells a lot about maybe the user experience, how easy, how simple this is for the user to use. So onboarding experience again is one thing which has helped us a lot, because we have linked it with our HRMS tool which we are using right now. So every time a new person gets on the HRMS, he automatically gets transferred to the LMS platform which we are using. So overall, yeah, it's a great experience, and think we are growing. We are opening up our Lenskart Academy Bangalore Center, which is again going to be around 20,000 square feet, and maybe very soon we are coming up with LA Mumbai. So yeah, this is how we are investing in talent at Lenskart.
Now, wishing you all the very best. I think would love to be part of the journey. Okay, so just to wrap up, I know I have 26 seconds, right? I think to just quickly talk about. I think this is something that this is a very long topic, right? To talk through, would be around, would love to understand, learn from each one of you. If you have a slightly different perspective, how do we address this? Okay, this question which is right there. So talk a quick sales pitch. Okay, we provide complete custom e-learning solutions. We have Credo as a platform, plus is Prudent as our authoring tool. Yes, we do resell a lot of catalog content. We are right there outside. So once you move away from this room, want to just go for a break, we are right there opposite. So if you want to have, either I'll be there or a few of my colleagues right here. Okay, would be happy to talk through and share our experience, and would love to learn some of your challenges and how we can work along. So thank you very much for both of you, sir. So coming in and talking to, thank you very much.